Good morning, afternoon, evening, for wherever you are listening. Welcome back to the Breakevens podcast. My name is Corey, and as always, with me is Jack.
Hello.
Round 22 is over, done and dusted, and the final round of the Supercoach season, the grand final week, is here.
Thank God.
Uh, this week, someone will be crowned Supercoach champion for the season 2022 and win the big 50K.
And it's
Um,
me.
It's definitely not you, and it's definitely not me. As always, want to thank you all for your support throughout this whole year. Everyone that's been following us on Twitter, interacting to our AFL stuff, our FPL stuff, and possibly soon our NBA stuff, which I'll talk to Jack about off um, off pod, but we'll see what happens there. But you can find us on Twitter at Breakevens Pod and on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. Search the Break Evens and you'll see our logo there. Alrighty, in today's podcast, we're going to go through last round's games, give you our hot and colds, VC and C options. There's a few this week. Also discuss our personal teams, and the Breakevens team, and just a quick summary of what's going on with the Breakevens League, which, as I said, we're in grand final week, so it's going to be a few big matchups. So before we do get into that, though, there have been some retirees. Um, the first one is Devon Smith for the Bombers, has decided to hang him up after years of milking cash from teams, mainly the
He's
Bombers.
he's been a what if player
Yeah, definitely.
all throughout his career. Even this year, it's been a when he's on, what could happen.
Yes. Um, Next one, Robbie Gray from Port Adelaide has decided to hang up the boots.
I was surprised with that one.
The Carlton Destroyer. Um, Next, Jack, one close to home for you. Shane Edwards has retired from the Tigers.
That's
Um,
the third one this year.
yeah, and we've had two today. Michael Hurley from the Bombers has been brought in this week, so he will play, but it will be his last game after 3 to 4 years of just injury after injury, which isn't great. And from the Saints, Dan Hanbury has finally decided to let his calves rest.
It's that one, and we should be seeing Paddy Ryder pretty soon as well.
Yeah, I think so. But that's all the retirees at the moment. We'll go through the break evens league. Um, so the major final, we had Dave Swizz and his Punt Road Legends beating Supercoach 5, and Ben from Supercoach Insider beating Next Took Levi Pick 1. So that means we'll see Swizz and Ben face off to become the very first Break Evens Supercoach champion. And hopefully we can get these guys back for next season, because they are they know what they're doing, and it's healthy, and let's whoever wins, hopefully we can see if they can go back to back. In the minor league, we have Stan's 1K always open versus Jab's board Saints. So good luck to everyone that's still in finals and fighting it out for Supercoach glory. Um, with that being said, Jack, let us know how you went last week.
Not good.
Not good.
um, Not bad. 2,210. So it's okay. I had the two donuts, so that's again probably about 2-4 with them playing. But then my vice captain and captain decided to be idiots, and so did a fair few other people. Just going in. So obviously Hewitt didn't play. Crisp did his usual crisp. Rory Laird was my captain. He scored 97.
Mhm.
Lockie Neal had a 76. My vice captain for the week, Jack Steele, scored 58. Tim English had an 88. Dunkley had a 90. Taranto didn't play. And Liam Baker had an 84.
Yeah, it's not good, is it? Any trades this week, Jack?
30.
30.
I've got rid of them all. I'm doing it off now, but it's clean out time. No one's safe.
All right, so my team, because I know Jack has no trades left. I scored 2,307, which was a rank drop of 1,514. It leaves me with 15 at 15,722nd. Slowly sliding down the ranks. The man that is the reason for that, George Hewitt, is back this week apparently. So I won't have a donut for the first time in 3 weeks, which is great. But no trades as always. Was there anything else you wanted to add, Jack? Because I think I might have cut you off mid.
No.
No?
I had nothing else.
Cool. We'll move on to the VC and C options. First one I got here, Rory Laird averages 112 versus Port. 112, not super good, but it is a derby game, so we'll see what happens there. That's on Saturday night. Clary Oliver averages 137 over his last 3 against the Lions on Friday night. And saying that, Neil averages 115 versus the D's on the same night, obviously. Tuk averages 140 in his last 3 against the Roos on the Saturday at 210, so the second game there. Bond averages 137 last 3 versus the Hawks, and that's the 110 on Sunday.
Did you say he could be going in injured? He was
Yeah,
lucky to be named.
yeah, they said he'll play, so might not be a huge score, or who knows. Jack McRae, 120 versus the Hawks on that same game Sunday, obviously. And Maxi Gorn, over his last 2 games, 147 versus the Lions on the Friday night. As we move to our roughies, Darcy Parish, 131 in his last 3 against the Tigers on the Saturday night. Sammy Walsh, 140 versus the Pies. That's the 3:20 Sunday game. That's going to be a big game. It's been said to be sold out. A win for the Pies means a chance for top 4, and if Carlton win, basically secures top 8 for them and finals. So it's going to be absolutely massive. Zachy Merritt, 127 versus the Tigers on the Saturday night. Jack Steele, 136 versus the Swans. That's the very last game at 4:40 on Sunday. And Libba with Bont with a bit of a injury concern, average 127 versus the Hawks, and could see some more mid-time. That's the Sunday 110 game. My VCNC at the moment, I was looking at Clary into Took, but I've changed that and I'm going Took into Sammy Walsh. What do you think, Jack?
I'm going Took into Jackson McRae.
Nice. And quickly go over the break-evens team. Scored 2,555. Jumped another 1,960 ranks, and is sitting at 8,877th. So we're pretty happy with that, especially
We've
where
hit the 10K, just not with our solo teams. It's a sign. Forget about our solo teams. We got a fusion together.
I think we're pretty happy with how this team's gone, especially where we started. We started, I think, near 40K, and we've brought it back to top 10K, and hopefully another big score here. We can maybe go top 6K, top 5K, but as long as we don't go down the ranks, we're happy. Nothing to report. Let's hope for another big week so we can finish strong. No trades left means going in with the same lineup as well. So we'll move into the games. Jack, you had the first game, which was the Saints versus the Lions.
I did, and the Lions won by 15, thanks to Max King. Getting straight into the hot spot, Seb Ross, 131. Rowan Marshall, 113. Jack Sinclair, 111. And Callum Wilkie, 107. And for the Lions, Dan Rich, 120. Cam Rayner's done it again. His second time turning up with 115. The Big O, 109. And Hugh McCluggage, 100. Into the colds, Jack Steele, 58. He can get stuffed. Don't like him. Dan Butler and Jimmy Webster were both injured. And then for Brizzy, we got Zorko 81, Neil 76, and the Beast Reese Matheson only got a 64 this week. And that's all.
Awesome. I had the next game, which is the Dogs versus the Giants. And the Dogs won by 5. They did what they needed to do. The Hots, McRae 114, Caleb Daniel 111, Ed Richards 106, and Bond with a flat 100. For the Giants, Tommy Green. I actually didn't write what he got, but it's more than 121. Let me get that up.
More than 121. I like it.
He got 125. Harry Perriman 121, Cogs 116, Kellen Ward 115, Josh Kelly 112, Nick Haynes 101, Harry Himmelberg 100, and Isaac made me come in 100. As we, as we move to the Colds and Jackets because he's in my squad and he finally turned up. Liver with a 95, Trelaw with a 95, Josh Dunkley with a 90, Bailey Dale with an 88, Tim English with an 88, and Vaz Smith with an 86. And for the Giants, Whitfield with a 92, Jacob Hopper with 75, and Keith went down with a groin and he's out for the season, and he got subbed out on 57. Which means, Jack, you had the most exhilarating game of the round, which was the Crows versus the Roos.
I did, and the Crom won by 29 points. And just so you know, this might take an hour. It's a very big hot list. We got Jordan Dawson on 145.
Yep.
Now on to North Melbourne. Flick Davies Jr. 141 and Jai Simpkin 121.
Oh, how'd you get through that?
Now on to the Colds.
This is where it gets long.
Rory Land 97, Benjamin Keys 66, Rob 80, Shane McAdam injured. All right, I'm gonna have to take a breath now. Aaron Hall 97, and he got dropped this week.
Yep.
Todd Goldstein 66, Jed Anderson, Jack Zeeble, and Jaden Stevenson all got injured. And that's all, folks.
Jeez, that was a tough one.
That was very hard. I saw that list of hots, and I was like, how am I going to get through this one?
Yeah, had to have 15 minutes to compose yourself after that one.
Oh.
All right, the next game was the Suns versus the Cats, and the Cats won by 60. Brendan Ellis, 149 for the Suns. Took Miller 125 and Witts 116 for the Cats. Blitzarves 131, Cam Guthrie 113, Jeremy Cameron 113, and did a hammy. Not playing this week, but should be right for the first week of finals. That's what they've said anyway. Tom Hawkins 111. I've put Zach Guthrie here with a 97. As we move to the Colds, Noah Anderson 87, Isaac Rankin a 78, had a shoulder knock. He wasn't on the injury list, but he's not playing this week, so I'm going to say he's injured.
Yeah.
Matt Rao with a 61, Dave with a 37, a knee injury, and that's his season done. Marbiel Chol, 16, and Jack, you ready for it? Levi Casbolt, -1. Get around it. And for
Talking about that, he's joined the Aiden Bonner club and he's back. Aiden Bonner was named this week. I can't wait. I hope I have North Melbourne.
and we move to the Cats. Pretty stiff here. Stewart 98, Dangerfield 96, Selwood 84, Tom Atkins 82, and Reece Stanley 57, adductor injury 2 to 3 weeks. So, Jack, you had another close game, which was the D's versus the Blues.
I did, and can I say the scenes of what happened? Holy shit! Yeah, I was in a PlayStation party, and let me say, it was nuts. Alrighty, getting into the hots, we got Stephen May 138, Max Gorn 129, Clary Oliver 126. I won't say his name ever again, but Jake Melksham 114.
Oh.
Angus Brayshaw 113 and Jaden Hunt 102. For the Blues, we've got Louis Young 126. Sam Doherty who was in a new role 121. Cripps 117 and Sard 114. The Colds Petrarca 99. Walsh 73 and Jacob Wadering a very strong 26. And that's all.
Just on Cripps, don't you find it funny how Archie is out for a second week and Cripps that doesn't even have to do his 2 weeks with bloody suspension, but the bloke he destroyed has been out for 2 weeks with concussion.
It was a football play. An elbow to the back of the head was a football play.
Yeah.
Yet a perfectly timed shoulder-to-shoulder bump was a week suspension for rough play.
Yeah, ridiculous, isn't it? Anyway, I'll go on to the next game, which is Freo versus the Eagles. The Freo Dockers won by 24 points. Shrek Darcy, 155, decided to show up first time this year. Blake Acres, 108. Andy Brayshaw, 106. Will Brody, 104. And Mickey Walters, 102. As we move to the Eagles, Shannon Hearn, 139. Liam Duggan, 139. Someone who's been averaging 113 or 126 is one of them over the last few weeks. Tom Barras, 126. Someone we will never say again. Xavier O'Neill, 118. And Nick Nat got a flat 100. Xavier O'Neill.
Who?
As we move to the Colds, Hayden Young at 85, Lukey Ryan 65, Rory Lobb 36, a chest/shoulder injury. Says test. I'm not sure if he got named or not, but we'll move over to West Coast. Shuey 96. We just signed a new contract extension. Gaff 57 and Jermaine Jones at 26 with a back injury. He is also a test. Jack, you had the next game, which was the Tigers versus the Hawks.
I did, and what a game it was. Only if we played 4 quarters of football, we would have won by 200 points. Getting straight into the hots, Tom Lynch, the best key forward in the comp. I don't care what anyone says, 177.
Won me my
Dion Pressier, 121. Pressier, 121. Dan Rioli, 109. Jaden Short, 108. Sorry. Oh, yeah, I was buzzing when I saw that. 5 years. But Jaden Short, 108. I just had to read that again because I was surprised he was in the hots. Trent Cotchin, 105. Since he's gone played that half forward role. He's getting more touches and he's getting more super coach points. What is going on?
Yeah, because he's probably impacting the game and setting up goals for once.
Hey, he kicked one.
Yeah, well, there you go. He's
I,
hitting the
I couldn't
scoreboard.
believe it, but he did. And Nick Vloshtin, 102, Mr. Consistent. He has been this season when he hasn't been injured. Big boy McAvoy, 119 in his second last game, which is sad to see because who doesn't love Big Boy?
Get around
The
big.
new Hawthorn captain for next. Oh,
I was going to say get around Ned Reeves next year.
I was gonna say get around their new captain next, James Sicily, 118.
Mhm. Get around him also.
Giant John Newcomb, 111. Tom Mitchell, 108. And Jack Scrimshaw, 104. He actually had a pretty good game, to be fair to him. I thought he was Hawthorn's best. Getting into the colds, Jack Graham, an ankle injury. He's out this week, and it could be out first round of finals, which isn't good for him. But next one up mentality has to be it for Richmond, and that's Jack Ross.
Mhm.
Shy Bolton of 57 copped a tag, and it didn't even matter. You usually tag someone to affect the results, and it didn't affect the result. And Liam Baker, 84. For Hawthorn, Dylan Moore, 81. And I just had to put this in here because it's funny. Jai Sarong, a 19. And that was from him kicking his first goal in AFL footy, and that's it. But that's all I had.
All right, I had the next game, which is the Swans versus the Pies, and the Swans, they broke Undertaker's streak. They won by 27 points. We had to lose one before finals, so hopefully we get back
It
on
didn't
the
help the
winners
two
list.
outs she had.
Yeah, but oh well, we can't worry about that. Callum Mills 128, Tom Hickey 128 also, James Rowbottom 124, Lukey Parker 112, Isaac Heaney 109, and Sam Reed 107. For the Pies, Jeremy Howe 111 and Darcy Cameron a flat 100. As we move to the Colds, Lloyd with 93, Chad Warner 87, and Nick Blakey with 57. For the Pies, Pendle's 91, Crispy 74, Maynard 71, Nick Dacos 62, Jack Ginnivan 53, Hammy, but has not been dropped as of yet. And Jack, your boy, Pat Lipinski, only with a 32.
Strong effort.
And that means we will go to the last game of the round, which you had, Jack, which was Bombers versus Port.
And this one was a very close one, just like the Richmond Hawthorn game. Port Adelaide won by only 84 points. Getting into the hots for Essendon, Dylan Shield, 140. I was quite surprised by that. He doesn't go that big ever. And Jordan Ridley, 116. Now on to Port. We've got Ollie Wines, 140. I told you, the last few games of the year, he goes big.
We'll see how it
Jeremy
goes this week.
Finlayson, 133. Old mate Marshall, Mathers the third, 125. Dan Houston, 121. Sam Powell-Pepper with the best game of his career, and that is with the future games as well, 109. And Zach Butters, 106. Getting into the colds, Mason Redmond only a 63. Zach Merritt, the Magnet, only a 73. Darcy Parish, 87. And for Port Adelaide, we got Connor Rosie at 76, who had like 120 dream team to that, so he was the butcher. And Trav Boat got his age of 73. And
Nice.
that's all.
All right, so that's all the usual stuff. Jack, did you have anything you wanted to say or add before I sign off?
No, go
No.
Pies.
Go the Pies. Oh, I've never heard, heard you say that before. That was yeah, that was strange. But that'll do us for tonight's podcast. As always, let us know what your rank is, and if you have any trades, how are you going to use it?
How the
You
fuck
can,
do you have it?
yeah, basically. You can let us know on Twitter at Breakevens Pod or in the YouTube comments. Just search Breakevens. You'll see our logo there. Thank you all again for your support and for listening and watching on Apple Podcasts and on the YouTubes. As I said, don't forget to hit us up on Twitter at Breakevens Pod and on YouTube, The Breakevens. So good luck to everyone for round 23. Those that are still in finals, let us know if you win on the Sunday night. That'll be great to see how many of our followers have listened and done better than what we have. So, um, on that note, as always, until next time, it's bye for now.
Catch.